back to Frequently Asked Tattoo Questions with Wes. I, of course, am Wes, your host, and thanks for joining me. Great question. How do I pick the right tattoo artist? Spectacular. First off, I'll say this. We have social media, and you're following some tattooers, or maybe somebody comes across your feed, you start to follow them, and you see just out of the gates, man, they're really good. I'm going to ask them to do this. I would say, hold back and do a little bit deeper dive. Lots of tattooers are jack of many trades. Very few are jack of all trades. And lots of tattooers do have their niches or their specialties where they excel the best. So when going to choose your tattoo artist, it's great to appreciate a bunch of tattooers' works. But start doing a little bit deeper dive. Do you want watercolor tattoo? Do you want black and gray? Do you want geometric? Do you want fine line? Do you want a portrait? Do you want a patch tattoo? Do you want bold color tattoo? Those sorts of things, and start going through their profile and seeing what you see the most of. Now, one of the easiest ways is approaching them, and again, we're talking online, send them a picture or some references and say, hey, saw your profile, really love your work, wondering if you would be comfortable doing this tattoo. Does this fit your style? And most tattooers are going to be honest. I, for one, can tell you this. There's usually a big confusion in my patch tattoos look very real. So by default, the average person thinks, oh, he does realism, which in fact is a completely different craft unto itself that I do not excel at. So I get asked lots of times to do portrait tattoos, and people are a little shocked when I decline. Now here's the beauty of it though. I happen to know a few amazing portrait tattooers that I'm glad to send you to and say, hey, check these people out. They're much more in your boat. So when you're kind of doing that deep dive, communication is key, but don't be surprised if you find a tattooer who's really good, who seems versatile, who maybe passes on your item because it might not be perfect for their wheelhouse. And I can tell you this, I want you as the client to get the absolute best tattoo. I'm not just gonna take every tattoo as a money grab. I am a jack of many trades, and 9 out of 10 times, I will say, yes, that fits into my wheelhouse. I know I can deliver a great tattoo for you. But there is that 10% where I know I'm gonna give you a B quality, a C quality, or a D quality tattoo if I were to do it, and I'm gonna pass. I only take tattoos that I can take an A on, and most reputable tattooers do that as well. So do a little due diligence, dive in, feel free to ask the tattooer. The best way to kind of get that is to send them reference photos so they can see into your brain. Another great thing is, hey, how do I set up an in-person consultation? I'd like to talk to you about XYZ tattoo. I'm always open for that, just to make sure we're on the same page. Sometimes I even request that when they send me a picture and I say, hey, let's make sure we're on the same page and make sure I'm the right guy for you for this tattoo. So doing a deep dive, asking a bunch of questions, and bottom line, you have to feel comfortable with this person. If your vibe is off, there are so many good tattooers out there, and I'm not saying the person's a dick. I'm just saying maybe their personality or maybe their communication skills or whatever, something's getting lost in translation. You don't want that to happen with your tattoo. Feel free to, politely, for better words, ghost them or whatever, but move on. Don't ever feel pressured into getting a tattoo from somebody if you're not 100% comfortable. So do your research, ask questions. I welcome questions. Most of the reputable tattooers, all the ones that I hang out with, are definitely up for conversation, and we want to be thorough in what the expectations are back and forth. What can I deliver? What can you get? Let me show you some examples of my work in that genre, and let's go from there. Hopefully that helps. Cheers.